Hello everybody, we are back with Adventuring Andy, and for tonight's adventure we are going to start on the journey of making sourdough. The first step of which is to make ourselves a starter. So that's what we're about to do. Based on the little bit of research I did online, we have a rather large glass jar with a loose fitting lid to allow carbon dioxide to bleed off as the starter grows. It's got plenty of room for expansion of the starter. And we are going to get it started, and we're going to be feeding it over the next couple weeks, so that way we have a nice hearty starter to bake our first loaf of sourdough bread with. All I'm using for ingredients right now is the King Arthur Baking Company 100% whole grain whole wheat flour. We have 50 grams of that. We have the King Arthur Baking Company unbleached all-purpose flour, 50 grams of that. Those are going to get added together for a total of 100 grams of flour. And along with that, we have 100 grams of Kirkland brand purified water, which should have no chlorine in it due to its reverse osmosis filtering. I have already used my digital scale here to weigh out all of the quantities to make sure that they are exact. We want a 1-to-1 ratio of flour to water for the initial starting. When it does come time to feed, it will be a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio, which will include the starter that we keep. The rest will be discarded, and then equal part of our flour and equal part of our water to the starter that we are continuing to keep. So we're just going to combine these three, and then we're going to use a dry erase marker here to put a line on the jar where it is, so that way I can easily tell when my starter has risen to approximately 2 to 3 times what it starts out as. And then I'll know it's time to go ahead, pull off some, discard the rest, and feed it and let it keep going. So here we go. And if anybody knows anything about making sourdough starter and I'm doing this completely and totally wrong, by all means, please drop a comment and let me know, because this is my first time ever trying this. We're just going to go ahead and mix this all up here. I'm going to put the camera down. Sorry for the shoddy camera work. And we're going to go ahead and mix this all up. I hope this is the consistency it's supposed to be. We'll find out. It should naturally breathe and eat and grow on its own over the next, forget what they said, I think like 12 to 24 hours. So we'll probably check back on this tomorrow at some point. It's currently 7:45 at night here, so I'll take a peek at it before bed, but I'm not expecting much by then. I'm more excited to see what it looks like in the morning and as the day goes on tomorrow. So there we go. I probably bought a jar that's way too big, but I'd rather have plenty of room for expansion than not enough. And so from what I've read, it's supposed to get much, much larger and bubbly, and that's how we're supposed to know. So this is what it looks like on the inside. Not taking up much room in our jar at all. We're going to go ahead and just put a little mark right here, so that way I can eyeball when it's gotten to 2 or 3 times that size. And then, like I said, we will pull some off and we will discard it and we will feed the rest. I'm going to continue using this flour blend for the first week, and then my plan is to go and just use only the unbleached all-purpose flour for the feedings after that. And by that time I will be looking up sourdough bread recipes to make sure that we make the actual loaf of bread correctly. One thing I did read that was extremely important is to always use a digital scale. It's way, way more accurate than using measuring cups and whatnot. So without further ado, this is going to sit right here on my kitchen counter. And we'll be checking back in on it in the morning. And hopefully this turns into a fun and delicious adventure down the road. Once again, if If anybody knows anything about sourdough bread and I'm doing this completely wrong, please feel free to drop a comment, let me know. Feel free to stop in and check out my fiance's page, Building Better Beck. She's got all kinds of information on there about health and fitness and all kinds of cool videos from vacations that we've taken and photos from vacations that we've taken, along with our current fundraising goal for McGee's Women's Health Research to support our race at Run Disney and to support a great cause for under-researched women's health topics. For a lot of information about that, her page is full of videos. And again, if anybody wishes to support us, I will drop a link in the comments section if you wish to help us on that cause. So thank you very much for stopping by, and we will see you in the next video.